All right, so here's a quick lesson on how to sharpen a pencil. This is the old-fashioned way of doing it, where we're not using a sharpener. We're going to use this knife to shave off the wood and then the sandpaper to get a point. So pretty straightforward. For the wood, you want to shave, just use the knife. It can be any sharp knife. I use this X-Acto blade usually. And try to take off the wood without getting the graphite at all. Because if you chip the graphite while you're shaving the wood off, it's going to make the tip a lot weaker and it'll break a lot more easily. Personally, I hate sharpening pencils this way, but it is really useful sometimes if you want a certain point. It's the only way, it's the simplest way to get it, and the tools you need to do it are really simple. And you shave off, however much you want. I usually go for, I don't know, 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch, or like a centimeter, 1.5 centimeters, something like that. But the exact length doesn't really matter. I like having a longer point, but then if you drop it, you lose that much more graphite. And it doesn't have to be pretty at all when you take the wood off. In fact, it's probably better if you don't worry about it being pretty while you're shaving it off. And if you want to clean it up later, that's fine. But sometimes you slip and break the lead as you're shaving the wood off. And when that happens, if you spend a bunch of time making this look all pretty, then you just wasted that time. And to actually sharpen it, you just move it back and forth on some sandpaper. You can play around with different grits of sandpaper. This, I believe, is 100, yes. They also, of course, sell these sort of blocks. These are pretty handy, but just regular sandpaper works well too. And I do enjoy being able to use some different grits. I feel like they're sometimes a little faster. And let's see if I can get it to focus on the pencil point. You just want a really nice pencil point, turn it around and make sure that it is sharp all the way around. Sometimes it's sharp from one angle, but not from, so here, see, it looks nice and sharp, but if I turn it, it's a little flat. And you can see as I'm moving it back and forth, every now and then I also rotate it. So just rotating as well and keeping it pretty close to parallel, as I'm doing this. What I mean is the pencil is not like this, it's pretty close to parallel with the sandpaper. So yeah, that way you can get a really razor sharp point this way, which is really helpful for doing, if you want really smooth gradients, really detailed, fine gradients.